Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
I think that the work that you do is so special because you work in vertigo and tinnitus, which seem like dead ends within the conventional medical model. It's like, oh, you're just dizzy all the time. And they say, oh, that's normal. But being dizzy or hearing a ringing in the ears is extremely distracting. It's disturbing to our inner stillness. And when you feel like you're chronically unsteady, it can bring about fear of going out, fear of trying new things, and can be very debilitating. And I love what you say. You say we need to raise the volume on the conversation about vertigo and tinnitus because it can lead to not only just the mild morbidities that I have discussed, but also unemployment, suicide, relationship breakdown, etc. So, talk to us first about what is tinnitus, what is chronic vertigo, and why do you think it is so ignored by conventional medicine?
Yeah, so to start with, chronic tinnitus, I'm in Australia, so we say it, some people say tinnitus, both work, but chronic tinnitus is sounds we hear in our ears or our head. And nobody else in the outside world can hear them because they're actually generated by the body. They're sounds that are created within the body. Um, so that's tinnitus. And chronic vertigo, the layperson term for it really would be dizziness, or my community says feeling not quite right, or NQR. And it can be mild, like you feel like you're just spinning, bobbing, tilting, rocking, or it can be extremely severe and it's the world is actually spinning. And when you open your eyes, it's like you actually see the world spinning, even though you know logically you're still. So vertigo is a sensation of movement that doesn't match the current reality we're in. And so when people say things like, this vertigo or dizziness has really thrown me, it's turned my life upside down, it's pulled the rug from underneath me, they are really very specific examples of how it can actually physically feel. So it's a sensation of movement that each person will describe completely uniquely. It may involve visual disturbance as well, but it may not. And essentially, it's a sensory conflict, and it involves whatever's happening for me in the present moment, which might be I'm in a car, or I'm sitting down waiting for a train, or I'm bending over to pick up my little toddler, or I'm going for a walk with a friend. Whatever the present reality situation is, the sensations I'm feeling don't match it. So it's like I'm not actually living in the present reality. Something's not quite right. So as you mentioned, at best it's distracting and annoying, but at worst it's entirely debilitating, and we cannot bend over and pick up that toddler. We cannot get in the car and drive. We can't meet our friend for a walk. We start to really break down, and day-to-day basic functions become seemingly impossible.
So, is it an imbalance